This is the fourth lecture for this subject, armature windings of an alternator. Okay, so this is the overview of lecture 4. The course introduction, anyway, that is a common slide I will be putting in every lecture because we'll have a cross check of everything. I did not go back and see the syllabus. Then the internet learning outcomes for this lecture, the armature windings of an alternator, right? That is the topic of for today's lecture, and the types of armature windings of an alternator. These are the things. And the last slide again, the serial number 5, questions from lecture 4, right? Remember level, understand level. We'll see what level we can go up to, right? Based on the progress of the lecture. Right, so these are the types of armature windings of an alternator. You see what are armature windings of an alternator and types of armature windings of an alternator. We have different types of armature windings in an alternator. Single phase armature winding, polyphase armature winding, concentrated and distributed armature windings, half coil and whole coil armature winding, single layer and double layer windings, lap and wave winding, right, spiral windings, full pitch coil winding and fractional pitch winding, integral slot and fractional slot armature winding. These are the various terminology. We'll be trying to see what are these today. We'll just have a small intro into all these things. We'll understand the basic meanings of all these terms, right? So this is seen the first topic is finished in our previous week, right? The construction features of wound rotor and salient pole machines. Then now we are going to see armature winding, integral slot and fractional slot windings, distributed and concentrated winding. So these three topics we'll be trying to cover during this week. Okay, armature winding, integral slot and fractional slot winding, distributed and concentrated windings. Right, in the first unit. So for the intended learning outcomes, probably these learning outcomes also I'll try to increase based on the progress in this week. Right. So intended learning outcomes, we identify the types of armature windings, differentiate the types of armature windings, understand the concepts of different types of armature windings, which I have already mentioned in the overview. Understand the concepts of concentrated and distributed windings, understand the concept of integral slot and fractional slot windings. Right. These are the terminology. We will see what are they in detail in the coming slides. Okay. So here, what are armature windings of an alternator? That is what we are going to see today. Armature windings, like in DC generators or DC machines, we have seen what are armature windings, what is armature reaction, what is lap winding, what is wave winding, right? What are the various pitch factors, distribution factor, pole pitch, coil, conductor, turns, multiple turns, multi-turn, single turn. All this terminology we have seen in DC machines. Right, armature windings of alternators also will be having all this terminology, but the armature windings are different from that of DC machine. Terminologies and all will be having in a similar way, but armature windings of alternators are different from that of DC machines. This is one very important point. We already know that DC machines and alternators are having their constructional features also different. Right, in the previous week we have seen this concept, and here we will be seeing what are the differences between armature windings of alternators. Right, we will not go much into detail about DC machines. We are not going to compare DC machines with this here, but only thing is we'll try to know that armature windings of alternators are different from that of DC machines, DC generator or motor. Right. The second point here goes with this. The basic point that the three-phase alternators carry three-phase alternators. You all know what is a three-phase system, three-phase machine, right? The three-phase alternator carry three sets of windings. Obviously, there will be three sets of windings for a three-phase machine, right? Arranged in the slots in such a way that there exists a phase difference of 120 degrees between the induced EMFs in them. The same thing will happen in DC machines, right? DC three-phase, it's very, not a three-phase AC machine, right? Three-phase, there is a phase difference of 120 degrees, right? We have seen that in three-phase induction motor or whatever which you have studied in your previous semester or the earlier semester about induction, probably transformers and induction machines, the subject which you were having in the previous semesters. Right, in induction machines, three-phase machine, if you have seen, you can say that each winding will be having the phase difference between any two windings. There is some phase difference, right? There, that is a constructional difference, and as well we'll be having the induced EMFs also that are induced in each phase. The phase difference is 120 degrees. That is one phase, let us say R phase, Y phase and B phase. R phase, let us say it is 0 degrees. VR is equal to Vm sin omega t, and Vy is equal to Vm sin omega t plus 120, and Vb is equal to Vm sin omega t minus 120 degrees. Right? In such way, we will be having this induced EMFs in them. Now, in a DC machine, winding is closed. Right? In a DC machine, winding is closed, while in alternators, winding is open. That is that the two ends of each set of the winding are brought out, right? In an alternator, what is it? The ends of the windings are brought out, but in a DC machine they are closed, right? The windings are closed. In an alternator, windings are the ends of the windings are brought out. Now, in a three-phase machine, three-phase alternator, 6 terminals will be there because there are 3 windings, sets of windings, right? Each set of winding will be having 2 terminals, and so 3 sets will be having 6 terminals, and all the 6 terminals will be brought out, right? And they are finally connected in star or delta. They are finally connected in star or delta, right? If all the 6 terminals are brought out, it is at your will, right? You can do whatever you want. You can either connect it in star or in delta, right? And then the 3 terminals. So now the 6 terminals becomes 3 terminals here. Once you have connected these in star or delta, and then the 3 terminals are brought out. Now each set of windings represents winding per phase. Yes, we know this, right? Each set of winding represents winding per phase, and induced EMF in each set is called induced EMF per phase, EPH, right? That is already known to us. Each winding will be having it is called phase winding, phase voltage or phasor voltage or whatever, right? The voltage between any 2 lines, any 2 terminals in a star connection is called the line winding, line to line voltage, right? And here between each phase, every phase you will be having winding per phase or voltage per phase or induced EMF per phase. Now all the coils used for one phase must be connected in such a way that their EMFs help each other. All the coils used for one phase must be connected in such a way that their EMFs help each other. Now windings గురించి మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నప్పుడు ఆర్మేచర్ వైండింగ్స్ కి ఒక ఫేజ్ లో చాలా కండక్టర్స్ ని కనెక్ట్ చేయాలి. ఆ కండక్టర్స్ నే కాయిల్స్ అని కూడా అనొచ్చు మనం. టర్న్స్ ఉంటే దాన్ని కాయిల్స్ అంటాం, రైట్? అండ్ ఇవన్నీ కూడా వాటి యొక్క కనెక్షన్, వాటి యొక్క అరేంజ్మెంట్ ఎలా ఉండాలంటే ది EMFs induced in each coil should add to the other, right? ప్రతి కాయిల్ లో ఒక EMF ఇండ్యూస్ అవుతుంది. ఆ కాయిల్ యొక్క EMF అంతా ముందు వాటి EMF యాడ్ అయి ఉండాలి, యాడ్ అవ్వాలి, నెగేట్ అవ్వకూడదు, right? And overall design should be in such a way that the waveform of induced EMF is almost sinusoidal in nature. A design winding యొక్క డిజైన్ కానీ, winding యొక్క కనెక్షన్స్ కానీ, arrangement కానీ, it should be in such a way that the waveform of an induced EMF should always be sinusoidal in nature. So hope whatever armature windings in an alternator, you have seen this, you have understood this, and these are the basic basic things which you will know, which you might have learned this in your previous semester also. Now let us see some nomenclature, basic nomenclature of armature windings, right? Conductor. What is a conductor? Conductor is a part of the wire which is under the influence of the magnetic field and responsible for the induced EMF, and active length of the conductor. The conductors are placed in the armature slots. You know what is a conductor? It carries current, right? It should be under the influence of magnetic field, which happens in an alternator or a DC machine, right? Because there are magnetic poles, and the magnetic poles brings out the magnetic field, and in that we are trying to rotate the armature, right? Here armature is stationary in an alternator, but rotor is rotating. Rotor will still be having some conductors, right? And the conductors, they are placed in the slots, armature slots. So here let us say we are talking about armature, stationary armature. The stator will be having slots on its inner periphery, right? And hence in each slot conductors are placed. Right? That is a conductor. Now turn. What is a turn? A conductor in one slot. You can see in this diagram, right? In this diagram, a conductor in one slot. This is one slot. When connected to a conductor in another slot, see this? A conductor in slot 1 is connected to a conductor in slot 2. Then it forms a turn. So two conductors constitute a turn. Two conductors constitute a turn. So this is shown in figure 1a. This is one turn. Right. Now coil. What is a coil? The coil is that there are a number of turns. Number of turns. See here, you can see this. This is a coil. Right. When you are having coil, the conductor in one slot and conductor in another slot, if they are connected, then it is a turn, and number of turns constitute a coil. Group together to form a coil. Such a coil is called multi-turn coil. Multi-turn coil. You can see this name, multi-turn coil. Right. So a coil may consist of single turn or single turn coil, and figure 1b shows the figure 1, then figure b, right, shows the multi-turn coil. Are the nomenclatures, and coming to the fourth nomenclature, coil side. Coil consists of many turns. Yes, we know this. Part of the coil in each slot is called coil side of a coil, and it is shown in figure B again, 1b again. Right here, coil side. This is one coil side 1, right, and coil side 2. Coil side 1 and coil side 2. So this is a coil. Each coil will be having number of turns. Right, and one side of the coil is called coil side. The other side of the coil is also called as coil side. Right. Pole pitch. What is a pole pitch? You can recollect from your previous encounters in DC machines or AC machines. Now, pole pitch. What is a pole pitch? It is center to center distance between two adjacent poles. Center to center distance between two adjacent poles. Okay, that is called pole pitch. Center to center distance between two adjacent poles. Pole pitch అంటే రెండు పోల్స్ మధ్యలో ఒక డిస్టెన్స్. రెండు పోల్స్ మధ్యలో ఒక 12 పోల్స్ ఉన్నాయనుకోండి. 12 పోల్స్ ఉంటే ఏమవుతుంది? ప్రతి పోల్కి ప్రతి 2 పోల్స్ మధ్యలో డిస్టెన్స్ సమానంగా ఉండాలి. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ పోల్ పిచ్. అదే 2 పోల్స్ ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, రైట్, 360 degrees లో 2 పోల్స్ ఉంటే పోల్ పిచ్ ని 180 electrical degrees అంటాం. 360 degrees లో 2 పోల్స్ పెట్టి 2 పోల్ మెషిన్ ఉండాలి. 360 degrees అది ఒక రొటేషన్ అంటే 360 degrees అంటే 2 పోల్స్ రొటేట్ చేయాలి. రొటేట్ అవుతాయి అంటే ఆ పొజిషన్స్ మారి మళ్ళీ అదే పొజిషన్కి వస్తాయి. రైట్, నార్త్ పోల్ సౌత్ పోల్ ఉంటుంది. నార్త్ పోల్ కమ్స్ బ్యాక్ టు ఇట్స్ పొజిషన్ ఆఫ్టర్ 360 degrees. సౌత్ పోల్ కమ్స్ బ్యాక్ టు ఇట్స్ ఒరిజినల్ పొజిషన్ ఆఫ్టర్ 360 degrees. సో 2 పోల్స్ ఉంటే 360 degrees అంటే 1 పోల్ అంటే 180 electrical degrees. రైట్, are you understanding? So 4 poles are responsible for 720 electrical degrees. దాని electrical degrees అంటాం. We call this as electrical degrees. Okay, so 2 poles are responsible for 360 electrical degrees. 1 pole is responsible for 180 electric degrees అయితే 2 poles are responsible for 360 electric degrees అయితే 4 poles are responsible for 720 electrical degrees. To generate EMF, electrical degrees అంటే ఏంటి? EMF కి సంబంధించింది. మెకానికల్ డిగ్రీస్ గురించి మనం మాట్లాడలేదు, రైట్? ఎలక్ట్రికల్ డిగ్రీస్ గురించి మాట్లాడితే అలాగే పరుచుకుంటూ పోతాం అనమాట. అలాంగ్ ఎక్స్ యాక్సిస్ మనం 0, 180, 360, 540, 720, like that we keep on increasing and going, right? So this is pole pitch. So 180 degree, the key point here is 180 electrical degrees is called one pole pitch. 180 electrical degrees is called one pole pitch, or you can also call it a center to center distance between the two adjacent poles. Okay, two poles majhilo distance is called a pole pitch, or 180 electrical degrees is also called a pole pitch. So practically, how many slots are under one pole? If see, for example, let us go for an example. Two poles, 18 slots armature of an alternator. Let us consider this example. Two poles undi 18 slots armature unna oka alternator ni let us consider, right? So here what is happening, manaki two poles unnai, 18 slots unnai, ante one pole lo enni slots untayi, 9 slots unnai, right? 18 by 2, 9 slots unnai. So pole pitch enti 9 slots lo kuda cheppochu. Pole pitch ikkada two pole machine ki 180 electrical degree. Obviously, if any machine, the two pole machine is one pole pitch is equal to 180 electrical degree. And this means 9 slots are responsible for producing a phase difference of 180 degree between the EMFs induced in different conductors. Okay, so 9 slots are responsible. Ikkada 18 slots unnappudu oka pole kinda 9 slots vastayi annappudu, right? 9 slots em chestunayi 180 degree produce chestunayi. అంటే సింపుల్గా చెప్పాలంటే వన్ పోల్ 180 degrees ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు వన్ పోల్ కింద ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి, 9 slots ఉన్నాయి. సింపుల్గా 9 slots ఆర్ రెస్పాన్సిబుల్ ఫర్ ప్రొడ్యూసింగ్ 180 electrical degrees బిట్వీన్ ద ఈఎంఎఫ్స్ ఇండ్యూస్డ్ ఇన్ డిఫరెంట్ కండక్టర్స్. అంటే ఒక స్లాట్, ప్రతి స్లాట్లో కండక్టర్స్ పెడతాం కాబట్టి డిఫరెంట్ కండక్టర్స్ అంటున్నారు ఇక్కడ. సో దిస్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ స్లాట్స్ పర్ పోల్ ఇస్ డినోటెడ్ as n, రైట్? ఆల్ పోల్ పిచ్. సో స్లాట్స్ పర్ పోల్ ని కూడా పోల్ పిచ్ గా అనొచ్చు. ఇక్కడ మనకి మూడు డెఫినేషన్స్ వచ్చాయి వాట్ ఇస్ ఫర్ పోల్ పిచ్. వాట్ ఇస్ పోల్ పిచ్? దేర్ ఆర్ 3 definitions. One definition is it is the center to center distance between two adjacent poles. The second definition is one pole pitch is equal to 180 electrical degrees. One pole pitch is equal to 180 electrical degrees. One pole pitch is center to center distance between two adjacent poles. That is called one pole pitch. The definition 2 says 180 electrical degrees is one pole pitch, and the last definition we can call this as one pole pitch ante number of slots per pole. Number of slots per pole. Okay, so these are the definitions of pole pitch which we can understand. So you should understand what is the pole pitch, right? Now let us say slot angle. Slots lo conductors untai. స్లాట్స్ ఎందుకు పెట్టాం మనం? కండక్టర్స్, ఆర్మేచర్ స్లాట్స్ అంటే ఆర్మేచర్ స్లాట్ అంటే ఆర్మేచర్ మనకి ఇక్కడ ఏంటి, ఆర్మేచర్ స్టేషనరీ. స్టేషనరీ అనగానే స్టేటర్కి వెళ్ళిపోండి. స్టేటర్ ఇస్ ఆల్వేస్ స్టేషనరీ, రైట్? అది డీసీ మెషిన్ అవ్వచ్చు, ఏసీ మెషిన్ అవ్వచ్చు, ఆల్టర్నేటర్ అవ్వచ్చు, ఏదైనా అవ్వచ్చు, రైట్? సో ఆల్టర్నేటర్ స్టేటర్ ఈజ్ స్టేషనరీ. దెర్ఫోర్ స్లాట్స్, ఆర్మేచర్ స్లాట్స్ ఎక్కడ ఉంటాయి? ఇన్నర్ పెరిఫరీ ఆఫ్ ది స్టేటర్ లో armature slots. Whenever we are having inner periphery slots ఉన్నాయో, then ఆ స్లాట్స్ లో మనం కండక్టర్స్ ని లొకేట్ చేస్తాం, ప్లేస్ చేస్తాం, రైట్? వి ప్లేస్ ఆర్ డిజైన్ ది కండక్టర్స్.
Sir, yes sir.
Yeah, okay, right. So slot angle గురించి మనం చూసుకోవాలి. What is slot angle? మనకి we know that what is n, that is pole pitch. N indicates here pole pitch. In the previous slide we have seen that the slots per pole is denoted as n. N is the number of slots per pole, right? Which the name of which is given as a pole pitch, right? Or 180 electrical degrees. You remember one pole pitch 180 electrical degrees for a two pole machine, right? Slot angle, let us see the phase difference contributed by one slot. Again, there is a phase difference, right? In the previous slide, we have seen that each slot, here we are saying that 9 slots are responsible for producing a phase difference of 180. Now one slot, how many degrees it is contributing? So 180 by 9 అంటే 9 slots 180 degrees ఇస్తున్నప్పుడు one slot ఏమిస్తుంది 20 degrees ఇస్తుంది. That's what we are going to see here. Right, slots per pole contributes 180 electrical degrees, which is denoted as n. We can write each slot angle is equal to, అంటే 9 slots ఉన్నాయి ఒక పోల్ పిచ్ లో 180 degrees ఉంది. వన్ పోల్ పిచ్ అంటే 180 degree by n అనగానే n we can see that, right, beta is 180 degree by 9, right? So 180 degree by 9 అనగానే 20 degrees వస్తుంది. So each slot contribution, right, in a pole, per pole, a slot per pole contributes, number of slots per pole contributes 180 degrees. Each slot contributes, right, the 180 degree by pole pitch, right? Number of slots per pole is 9 kabatti 120 degrees, and that is called a slot angle beta. That is called slot angle beta. And we can see that in this diagram. E1 conductor 1, EMF in conductor 1, E2 EMF in conductor 2, right? So E1 ki E2 ki major difference beta, right? Conductor 1 is oka slot lo undi, conductor 2 oka slot lo undi. Chusara adjacent slots pakka pakkana unna slots lo E1 conductor 1 conductor 2 unte, conductor 1 lo EMF induce aithe, conductor 2 lo E2 induce aithe, the angle difference between these two will be 20 degrees. అంటే ఎలా రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తారు? లెట్ us say E1 అనేది E1 sin omega t అయితే E2 అనేది E2 sin omega t plus 20. E2 sin లాగ్ అవుతుంది కదా, సో ప్లస్ 20. So there is this exact difference two adjacent conductors placed in different slots, and but those slots must be adjacent to each other. So there will be some I hope you have understood these 3 slides.
So voice break అవుతుంది.
Coil side, pole pitch and slot angle. Voice break అవుతుందా? Is it clear now? 3 slides today. This slide is about what are armature windings. The second one is nomenclature of armature windings, conductor, turn, coil, and coil side, pole pitch, and slot angle. You've seen this. Now let us go to the next slide. The armature windings of an alternator. Okay, armature winding in an alternator may be either closed type or open type, right? Closed type armature winding aina vadachu, open type aithe exist ayindi. Closed winding forms star connection in armature winding, right? And there are closed winding aithe definitely star connection e untundi. అది ఓపెన్ టైప్ అనుకోండి, ఇట్ డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ హౌ యూ క్యాన్ యూజ్ ఇట్, వెదర్ డెల్టా కనెక్షన్ అయినా పెట్టవచ్చు, లేదంటే స్టార్ కనెక్షన్ అయినా వాడుకోవచ్చు. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాన్సెప్ట్ హియర్. ఇట్ ఈస్ క్లోజ్ టైప్ ఆర్ ఓపెన్ టైప్. నౌ సమ్ కామన్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్మేచర్ వైండింగ్. ఫస్ట్ ప్రాపర్టీ ఈస్ 2 sides of any coil should be under 2 adjacent poles. 2 sides of any coil. This is one main important property of an armature winding design, right? 2 sides of any coil should be under 2 adjacent poles. అంటే ఒక కాయిల్ కి 2 sides ఉంటాయి కదా, కాయిల్ సైడ్స్ అనుకున్నాం మనం. ఒక కాయిల్ కి ఒక సైడ్, రెండో సైడ్, కాయిల్ సైడ్ 1, కాయిల్ సైడ్ 2 అని నేను మీకు ఇంతకు ముందు చూపించాను. కాయిల్ సైడ్ 1, కాయిల్ సైడ్ 2 అని. Yeah, here you can see that this is a coil and this is coil side 1, coil side. So for each coil we will be having 2 coil sides. So the 2 sides of any coil should be under 2 adjacent poles. That means coil span is equal to pole pitch. అంటే ఒక పోల్ కింద ఉన్నది, ఒక కాయిల్ సైడ్ ఒక పోల్ కింద ఉంటే రెండో కాయిల్ సైడ్ ఇంకొక పోల్ కింద ఉండాలి, right, under the vicinity of the other pole. The winding can be either single layer or double layer. Single layer or double layer ante oka example a diagram chupistanu meeku. Single layer double layer annappudu, yeah, this is a double layer. See here, ఇది సింగిల్ లేయర్ అంటే ఒక స్లాట్ లో ఒక కండక్టర్, ఇంకొక స్లాట్ లో ఒక కాయిల్ సైడ్ అనుకోండి. ఇక డబుల్ లేయర్ అంటే రెండు కాయిల్స్ పెట్టుకోవచ్చు ఇక్కడ, రైట్? సో యూ కెన్ సీ దిస్ కాయిల్ సైడ్ 1, కాయిల్ సైడ్ 2. Going back to this, right, that is one important property. And winding is so arranged in different armature slots that it must produce sinusoidal EMF. Winding elaga arrange cheyalante different armature slots to produce arrangement undali, and slots lo pettali winding, that it must produce sinusoidal EMF, right? Mana mukhya uddesham enti, what is the important purpose of armature windings structure and different types of armature windings? To produce sinusoidal EMF. So these are the common properties of armature winding. Okay, now let us see the types of armature windings of an alternator. We have so many types, 7 types of types of armature windings. In that again we have again 2 categories. Each type lo 2 categories unnai: single phase and polyphase, concentrated and distributed, half coiled, whole coiled, single layer, double layer, lap and wave, full pitched, fractional pitched. అంటే ఫ్రాక్షనల్ pitched అంటే షార్ట్ pitched అనొచ్చు, ఫుల్ pitched కి అదర్ ఆపోజిట్ ఇస్ షార్ట్ pitched ఆర్ ఫ్రాక్షనల్ pitched. ఇంటిగ్రల్ స్లాట్, ఫ్రాక్షనల్ స్లాట్. ఇంటిగ్రల్ స్లాట్ అంటే ఇంటిజర్స్, ఫ్రాక్షనల్ స్లాట్ అంటే ఫ్రాక్షన్స్ అన్నమాట. స్లాట్స్ అంటే ఇంటిగ్రల్ స్లాట్ అంటే 10 స్లాట్స్ ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, 10 తీసుకుంది. 9.5, 8.3 అలాంటి ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, దెన్ ఫ్రాక్షనల్ స్లాట్ అంటాం. అంటే డిస్టెన్స్ అనమాట అది కూడా. సో వీ కెన్ సీ దట్ వీఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ 7 types of armature windings of an alternator, right? I'll just go through once again: single phase, polyphase, concentrated, distributed, half coiled, whole coiled, single layer, double layer, lap and wave, full pitched and fractional pitched, integral slot, fractional slot. So these are the 7 different slots we have in the types of armature winding. Here I have written some the serial number 2 and 7 in bold, because these are the topics for our next 2 classes: concentrated winding and distributed winding, integral slot winding and fractional slot winding. These are the specific topics in this syllabus. That's why I have marked them in bold. Okay, so let us go to this first one: single phase and polyphase armature winding. Now the single phase armature winding has again 2 types: concentrated winding and distributed winding. So we will be discussing about this single phase armature windings or polyphase armature windings in the concentrated and distributed windings. Second subtopic lo manam discuss cheskundam, right? Single phase armature windings, and they are of 2 types: concentrated winding and distributed winding. Now polyphase armature winding, what is it? Polyphase winding arrangements are similar to single phase winding, but there should be some difference, right? Otherwise there is no point in giving a separate name to that. In 2-phase alternator, polyphase anagane more than 1 or 2-phase, 3-phase, etc., right? In 2-phase alternators, there are 2 separate single phase windings placed 90 electrical degrees apart, right? 2-phase alternators lo 2 single phase windings, separate single phase windings untai, and their placement is 90 electrical degrees apart, right? Ade 3-phase winding, 3 separate windings untai, and they are placed 60 electrical degrees apart for convenience. 60 electrical degrees apart for convenience. Electrical degrees anagani EMF produced between any 2 windings is 60 degrees phase difference, right? Ade 90 degrees anagani 90 electrical degrees ante 90 degrees phase difference untundi aa 2 windings yokka voltages ki madhya. Okay, that is polyphase armature winding. Now single phase armature winding ante enti? Concentrated winding, let us say. Single phase armature winding in that's what I have told you before: single phase armature winding, concentrated winding, and distributed winding. We have these 2 types. That's what we will be seeing here: single phase armature winding in concentrated mode, concentrated winding. Now what is a concentrated winding? Let us see. If all the coil sides, now we know what is coil side. Coil sides of any one phase under one pole are placed in one slot. The winding obtained is known as concentrated winding. Okay, sorry for that delay. Concentrated winding, if all the coil sides of any one phase under one pole are placed in one slot, the winding obtained is known as concentrated winding. I think the statement is quite clear. We can see that in this diagram. Concentrated armature winding, or this can be called as single phase armature winding, right? Let us take this one. This is a coil, isn't it? This is a coil, right? Coil and oka slot kinda inkoka oka north pole and south pole unnai. North pole, under north pole you have one slot anukundam, under south pole you have one slot anukundam, right? One coil side is placed under north pole, the other coil side of the same coil is placed under south pole. So we have this coil span antaru ledante pole pitch antam. Rendidu say both should be equal. Coil span must be equal to pole pitch. When you have coil span and pole pitch equal, then this see here, the EMF induced also will be, if the EMF induced is in this direction in number 1 coil side, see the EMF induced in the arrow mark indicates the EMF, let us say. In the coil, in number 2 coil side, the EMF induced in this side. Both are added up, isn't it? See, the direction of EMFs are in the same way. Similarly, here the coil side 3 is connected to coil side 2, right? In this way, and hence what happens? The EMF induced in coil side 3 is, right, getting added up to the previous coil sides, right? This is called concentrated armature winding. Concentrated armature winding, right? This diagram is very important. It's a very simple diagram, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 indicates coil sides, north pole, south pole, north pole, south pole, right? If it is a 4-pole machine or a 2-pole machine also, you can say you are explaining it in this way, right? 2 coils or 3 coils, 2 coils and 4 coil sides, right? 4 coil sides unnattu ikkada. Okay, let us see some important terminology of important points in the concentrated winding. If all the coil sides of any one phase under one pole are placed in one slot, the winding obtained is known as concentrated winding, right? If all coil sides of any one phase under one pole, ఇక్కడ ఉన్నది మనం సింగిల్ ఫేజ్ ఆర్మేచర్ వైండింగ్ గురించి మనం ఎంత చెప్పుకున్నా, మనం let us say we are discussing about 3-phase armature winding or any type of polyphase armature winding, right? ఒక ఫేజ్ కి సంబంధించిన కాయిల్ సైడ్స్ ఒక పోల్ కింద ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, ఆ పోల్ కింద ఉన్న ఒక స్లాట్ లో ఇవన్నీ పెడితే కాన్సన్ట్రేటెడ్ వైండింగ్ అవుతుంది. Such winding gives maximum induced EMF for a given number of conductors, right? But the waveform is not exactly of sinusoidal wave. Let us say this, we'll discuss about that point in a detailed manner in a later slide. Skeleton wave winding antaru deenne. We can call this as skeleton wave winding. Skeleton wave winding. Concentrated armature winding lo skeleton wave winding. What is meant by skeleton wave winding? Number of conductors or coil sides is equal to the number of poles. Number of conductors or coil sides is equal to the number of poles. Ante kada, right? You can see here skeleton number of conductors 1, 2, 3, 4, and number of poles, 4-pole machine, right? This is a 4-pole machine. They explain చేసేటప్పుడు మనం we can 2-pole machine ఎలా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తామంటే ఇలాగ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయొచ్చు. బట్ హియర్ అగైన్ ఏం చేయాలంటే ఇదే దీన్నే 1, 2 అని రాసుకోవాల్సి వస్తుంది. But if it is a 4-pole machine, మనకు డెఫినెట్ గా ఇలా రాసుకుంటాం, రైట్? నార్త్ పోల్, సౌత్ పోల్, నార్త్ పోల్, సౌత్ పోల్, రైట్? 4-pole machine and 1, 2, 3, 4 are this. So skeleton wave winding అంటే నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ కాయిల్ సైడ్స్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు ద నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ పోల్స్. అంటే 4 కాయిల్ సైడ్స్ ఉండాలి, అంటే 2 కాయిల్స్ ఉంటే సరిపోతుంది. ఒక కాయిల్ సైడ్ ని కండక్టర్స్, మెనీ కండక్టర్స్ ఇన్ ద సేమ్ కాయిల్, రైట్? ఇన్ ద సేమ్ సైడ్, రైట్? సో దిస్ ఇస్ ఇట్ ఈస్ అ సింగిల్ లేయర్ వైండింగ్. సింగిల్ లేయర్ వైండింగ్ అంటే ఇందాక సింగిల్ లేయర్, మల్టీ లేయర్ వైండింగ్ చెప్పాను మీకు, రైట్? వి హావ్ షోన్ ది డయాగ్రామ్. అంటే 2 కండక్టర్స్ ఆర్ 2 కాయిల్ సైడ్స్ ని ఒకే స్లాట్ లో పెడితే దట్ ఈస్ మల్టీ లేయర్ వైండింగ్, డబుల్ లేయర్ వైండింగ్ ఇన్ ఫ్యాక్ట్, రైట్? కన్సిడరబుల్ స్పేస్. సింగిల్ లేయర్ వైండింగ్ లో ఏమవుతుంది, ఇట్ రిక్వైర్స్ కన్సిడరబుల్ స్పేస్ ఫర్ ది ఎండ్ కనెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ద కాయిల్. సో రేర్లీ యూజ్డ్ ఇన్ ప్రాక్టీస్. సింగిల్ లేయర్ వైండింగ్ మనం ఎక్కువ వాడం, ఎందుకంటే స్పేస్ వేస్టేజ్ అవుతుంది. ఒకటే వాడితే, ఒక స్లాట్ లో 2 పెట్టుకుంటే, 2 వైండింగ్స్, 2 లేయర్స్ పెట్టుకోగలిగితే దెన్ స్పేస్ సేవింగ్ వస్తుంది. వీ వాంట్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ టైనీ, కాంపాక్ట్, right? Otherwise it will be difficult for us. So it is a single layer winding is rarely used in practice, right? If the single turns is replaced by multi-turn coils to get higher EMFs, then the winding is called half coil. If single turns are replaced by multi-turn coils to get higher EMFs, ఒక టర్న్ ఉండే కన్నా మల్టీ టర్న్స్ వాడతాం. we use double layer and we use multi-turn coils to get higher EMFs, right? And then the winding is called half coiled or hemitropic winding. Since coils cover only 1/2 of the armature periphery, it is known as half coiled or hemitropic winding. Why are these called as half coiled or hemitropic? మన కాయిల్ స్పాన్ ఎంత వరకు వస్తుంది? కాయిల్ స్పాన్ is between one north pole and another the south pole, right? So సగం పెరిఫరీ, ఆర్మేచర్ పెరిఫరీని సగమే కవర్ చేస్తుంది కాబట్టి, right, it is known as half coiled or hemitropic winding. Now let us see what is a distributed winding. If the conductors are placed in several slots under one pole, the conductors are placed in several slots of under one pole, then the winding is known as a distributed winding, right? And the winding may be partially distributed or completely distributed also, depending on the slots, which may be spread over only a portion of the surface or over the entire surface. So what are the advantages of distributed windings? Harmonic EMFs are reduced, right? The EMFs low, whatever EMFs we are getting, some harmonics are introduced. I hope all of you know what is the meaning of harmonic. Harmonic is multiples of frequencies, that too odd multiples of frequencies. Our frequency is 50 Hertz here. Now it is 3 times, 5 times, 7 times the harmonic. If they are introduced, what happens? The voltage keeps on increasing drastically within lesser time period, right? For a small time period, the EMFs keep on increasing. Anyways, our EMFs are sinusoidal in nature. They have to keep on increasing, that is increasing and decreasing, or they go to the crest and go to the trough, right? 50 times, 50 cycles per second, 50 hertz and 50 cycles per second, right? Ante 1 second lo 50 times crest chustundi, 50 times trough chustundi, right? Ade 3 times anagane 150 times for the same time period. That is called harmonics, and the machine may not be functioning properly, right? So these harmonics can be distorting in nature. Distorting and disturbance, konjam ibbandi pette and they should be eliminated using distributed windings, right? Or concentrated winding oke daggara pette kanna akkadakada slots lo pettam anukondi, then it is called distributed winding, right? Armature reaction, armature reactance anni kuda tagginchukovachu. Then cooling kuda easy, right? And core, the armature or the core or the stator is better utilized, right? As the slots are evenly spaced, right? Distributed winding. So probably I'll end this lecture today at this point, at this juncture.